All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahshua, Harakakarash. Double honors to apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to elect, which we hope to be. It's your brother Kawaja. Got a quick lesson for you Negro, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who better shame and looking like heathens. The Spirit bear witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, who the world only calls Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. And in the name of the Heavenly Son, is Yahweh Shai, who the world only calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christ, so Yeshua. But, well, I was just gonna say quick lesson, but it really ain't. You know what I'm saying? Um, uh, uh, you know, done by the Holy Spirit, why you believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? And this popped in my spirit and stuff as soon as I woke up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, let me do this. You know what I'm saying? Right? So this is Genesis chapter 10, verse 21. It says in Shem, right? And it's Sham. Shah Namah, Sham. You see? Right? So it's really Sham, it's not Shem. It says Shem, a son of Noah, often including his posterity. You understand stuff that Noah and stuff had three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. You know what I'm saying? Right? So it says Genesis 10, I'm going into Shem. It says 10 and 21, it says, unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber. It says, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. And it says, the children of Shem, Elam, right, which is East Indians, right? It says in their tribes. It says in Ashur, which is Assyrians, and Faxad and Lud and Aram. Verse 23. It says, and the children of I don't know that far, right? So I got that and stuff. This is Genesis 11 and 10. It says, these are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Faxad 2 years after the flood. It's, yeah, watch out for this shit everywhere. Oh, no. It's verse 11. It says, and Shem lived after he begat Faxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters. The Faxad lived 530 years and begat Salah. Right? Verse 20, I'm skipping down to 23. It says, and Sarag lived 30 years and begat Nahor. It says, and Sarag lived after he begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters. It says, verse 24, it says, and Nahor lived 29 years and begat Terah. And Nahor lived after he begat Terah 119 years. It says, and begat sons and daughters. It says, and Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. It says, now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, right, which later his name was turned to Abraham. Nahor and Haran, and Haran begat Lot, right? It says, and that also shows that Lot is the nephew of Abraham, because they're all brothers. And what happens when your brother and stuff has a child that becomes either your niece or nephew? In this case, it'll be a nephew, right? It says in Haran, verse 28, it says, and Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity in Ur of the Chaldees. Verse 29, it says, and Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abraham's wife was Sarai, right, which later down the line became Sarah. It says, and the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah. Milcah. It says, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah. It says, and the father of Iscah, right? So, I'm breezing through this. This is Genesis 14 and 13. It says, and there came one. It says, and there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew, right? You see that Abraham the Hebrew. You see, it says, for he dwelt in the plain of uh, Mamre, the Amorite. It says brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram, right? It's black, right? And I know it's like, oh, you're not explaining anything. It's in the words. Hebrew, Baria, the I, the Ba, the Ra, and the Yah, I Baria. You know what I'm saying? It's in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying, right? Israelite, right? Well, it's like this is before they was called Israelites, right? You know, and it just shows stuff that there's a chosen when it comes down to the Lord. You see? So this is but anyways, this is Genesis 17 and 16. Genesis 17 and 16. And it says, and I will bless her. This is talking about Sarah. Well, I started 15. It says, and the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yamshai, right? Well, before he was coming through. It says, and the Most High Yahweh said unto Abraham, right? His name's changed. It says, which, if you don't know what Abraham, it's not Ibrahim, it's not that, it's Abraham. The Ah, the Ba, the Ra, the Ha, and the Ma, Abraham. You know what I'm saying, right? But people usually say Abraham. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know what the fuck you talking about, right? Because a lot of people and stuff still don't, you know, we'll get the Hebrew and stuff down pack and stuff within the kingdom. So this is, it says, Father of multitude. Other words, Father of nations, right? But it says, verse where was it? 15. It says, and the Most High Yahweh said unto Abraham, it says, as for Sarai, thy wife, it says, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall be her name, shall her name be. Verse 16, it says, and I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Verse 17 it says, and Abraham fell upon his face and laughed and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, that is 90 years old, bear? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, shoot, is my soldiers, still marching? And anybody that know that term, you know what I'm saying, uh, 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 is her egg still fertile? Do she even got any? You know what I'm saying, right? For that old age. You know what I'm saying, right? And it says, verse 17, it says, no, verse 18, it says, and Abraham said unto the Most High, it says, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. Ishmael are the Arabians. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Abraham and stuff is Hebrew. Ishmael is Ishmael is a Hebrew as well. This is and it's Arabians and their vast uh, 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 tribes. It's just like we're the nation of Israel, and there's 12 tribes. They go the same way with the heathen. All the heathen stuff, they would come underneath one father and whatnot, but at the same time and stuff, they split up and call themselves different things. Look at the nation of Gad. They do that too. You see, Gadites are Hebrews, Native Americans. You see, right? So this is Genesis 17 and uh, 18 again. It says, and Abraham said unto the Most High, oh, that Ishmael, so like it might live before thee. It says, and the Most High said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. It says, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And if you don't, and I just want to bring this out right quick. Uh, remember, Abraham laughed. Remember that. Remember that Abraham had laughed. You know what I'm saying, right? When the Lord had told him that guess what, you're gonna bear a son at old age, right? Right? And as you can see, it's the word Yataza. So like Yataza Kwak, right? And it says it's not mockery, it's laughter. You know what I'm saying, right? But at the same time too, when it comes down to mockery, people usually laugh after it and stuff. But what happened? You had you had Isaac pretty much mocking himself and friendly though, mocking himself and and Sarah and stuff, where they was pretty much saying that they was too old to have children, and the Lord was saying that, but it still brought forth laughter, right? Which most mockery tends to do. And it says, that's legit. So this is so Isaac means laughter, and I just want to bring it out, just a little extra. When it comes down to the fact that they laughed, that's why they called him Isaac. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same way till this day. Every time somebody and stuff give birth to a child, what that they keep, what tends to happen and stuff? Yeah, the mother might name it, you know what I'm saying, woo to woo, right? But they're gonna give a child's name based off something that's gonna represent the spirit. You see? But anyways, this is Genesis 17 and 19. It says, and the Most High said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed. It says, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him. Uh, uh, I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. You see, verse 20. It says, and as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful. It says, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget. It says, and I will make him a great nation. So when it comes down to it and stuff, look, the Lord, he gave all the nations and stuff blessings. But I don't want to veer off too much. But he gave all the nations and stuff blessings. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a blessing. This is how we know that the Heavenly Father and stuff is fair. You see? You know, but when it comes down to it and stuff, it's the Lord established His covenant when it came down to Isaac. You know what I'm saying? But once again, He still blessed Ishmael. It says verse 20 again. It says, and as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful. You know, why was Isaac bringing this up? It was because uh, uh, why Isaac was bringing this up and whatnot was because Ishmael was the firstborn. Isaac was the second, you see, even though we know he had many children, you know what I'm saying, but the Lord was establishing because, that's how you know through the Spirit that uh, the laws, statutes, commandments and stuff was done by mouth. You know what I'm saying, by the mouth of the prophets. It says that in Luke 1 and 60. 1 and 70, Salakia. You know what I'm saying, and that's how you know that the prophet stuff was actually there from the beginning and whatnot. You see, but because it was still, I'm thinking about Joseph. it was still the it was like, you over here trying to bring forth this blessing and whatnot and stuff, but they knew that the blessing was supposed to go to the firstborn. You see, right? And then that, when we became Israelites, when we was known as Israelites after Jacob's name was changed to Israel, guess what? That custom was still there. You know what I'm saying, right? So, anyways, this is Genesis 17 and 20. It says, and as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. It says, 12 princes shall he beget. It says, and I will make him a great nation. Carmenians, Carmenians, like it. It says, verse 21. It says, but my covenant will I establish with Isaac, with which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. Right? Right? In the next year, right? You know what I'm saying? So this is so pretty much what does that show? If Abraham's a Hebrew, Ishmael's a Hebrew. And that means Isaac is also a Hebrew. So we're gonna see something else too. This is Genesis 25, and I'm gonna start at verse 20. And it says, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because he told him he was gonna have another child, right? It says, and Isaac was 40 years old. Well, I read 19. It says, and these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac. It says, and Isaac was 40 years old. It says, where he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethel, the Syrian of Panadameron. You know what I'm saying, right? It says, the sister to Laban. I don't think I read all that. Yeah, the sister to Laban and stuff, right? Right? So guess what? That means that brother and sister. So if Isaac and stuff married Rebecca, that means Laban would be his brother-in-law, right? And Laban's children will be now we're gonna keep reading. Verse 21, it says, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. It says, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. It says, and the children struggled together with her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. It says, okay, 26. It says, and Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in thy womb. It says, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. I mean, they're going to be different. Just like you see twins today, whether they fraternal or the other one. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. Yeah, a lot of y'all ass look that way and stuff, and you motherfuckers on this feel ass Jake. It's like it. But so like I read again, verse 23. It says, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people and stuff shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people. It says the elder shall serve the younger. So it already shows that even though Esau was going to be born first, because so like I jumped the gun, you know what I'm saying, but a lot of people know already. Esau was born first, but the blessing stuff was already there. You see, the blessing and stuff was literally already there. You know what I'm saying, right? And then it also shows and stuff the different characteristics. When it come down to Esau, he was going to be weaker, even though he was the older brother. You know what I'm saying, And the thing is that you slide out in the sun, they need sunscreen, and be like, oh, certain black people and whatnot and stuff, they get, well, it's like when they come down with sunburn and whatnot, But the thing is that being dark skinned, you get to yeah, that ain't no coincidence. Being dark skinned and whatnot and stuff, or brown skin, pretty much having melanin and stuff, even if you are light skinned. The thing is that you can take in the sun and whatnot without it fucking up your flesh. You see, you know, when we grow dark and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It helps us. But anyways, you know, we don't need sunscreen. Various other nations don't need sunscreen. That's something that the Lord put upon Cain and it transferred into Esau and whatnot because they all the same spirit. So this is Genesis 25 and 23 again. And it says in the Lord Yahweh, if you don't believe me, it's the Yah, the Ha, the Wah, and the Ha, Yahweh, which means he exists, right? Or he's to be. And then people be like, be what? Everything. That's how, and it's like, even though even though the scripture says the invisible power, somebody created this. Somebody created the process that you got to have sex and stuff to multiply. So guess what? His existence is most definitely here. You can see him and everything, right? This is Genesis 25 and 23. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people. It says, and the elder shall serve the younger. Verse 24. It says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her room. And I forget which one's called. It's not nocturnal, I want to say fraternal. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those, right? It's like it, for the fact that I don't really remember. But you can look it up for yourself. It says, verse 25. Verse 25. It says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. It says, and they called his name Esau. You see? Right? And when you go into Esau and stuff, the word is Ishashua. And Ishashua, even though they took it away, yeah, they took it away. Ashashua, you might find it better in the blue letter and stuff, but Ashashua means wasted away is he. You know what I'm saying? You know? And it says, verse 26, it says, and after there came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. So pretty much, you know what I'm saying, you know, yeah, the main story and stuff is between Jacob and Esau and whatnot. The thing is that also goes into the fact that Esau was going to rule in this last time. You know what I'm saying? In the heel, meaning the ending. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you could receive it, his heel being the ending stuff, which we at the end, and Esau, and so like in Jacob, is the one that follows afterwards. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? And they most definitely was battling. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's fighting in the womb. You know what I'm saying? You know, that wasn't just, it's like, ooh, the baby kicking. No, they was beating ass. You know what I'm saying? Right? But Esau came out first. And the thing is that Jacob and stuff was holding his heel. And really what that goes into and stuff, as it says in Genesis 3rd chapter, a transition of kingdoms. You know what I'm saying, right? That's what that means. You see? So this is uh but Genesis 25 and 26 again. It says, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and it says in Isaac, and Jacob's name is Yaiquab. Yah, meaning he, Iquab supplants. And it says, and Isaac was therefore The three and Isaac was 60 years old when she bare them. Right. So this is So what does that mean? That means that Jacob is not just a Hebrew. Esau a Hebrew as well. Right. So this is Daniel's, because people, a lot of this is gonna be discouraging and stuff on a lot. This is Daniel 7. I mean Daniel's 9 and 7. It says, "O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces." It says, "As at this day to men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and unto all Israel." It says that are near and that are far off. It says, "Through all the countries whither thou hast driven them because of their trespass, that they have trespassed against thee." And the thing is that there's nothing wrong with dealing with a heathen. You just can't do what King Solomon did. You just can't do what King Solomon did. You can't sit up here. You can't sit up here and follow the heathen's ways. You got to maintain your structure, maintain your belief in Yahweh Shem Shai, and don't let that swindle you. You know what I'm saying? And uh and shit. And don't let that swindle you. You can have sex with the heathen women and stuff. Heathen women and stuff, they fine as hell. It ain't just the Israelite women. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Ruth was King David's grandmother. You know what I'm saying? And she a Moabite. She not Israel, but she a Moabite and stuff. And the thing is that you are what your father is. You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures also say, because I want to bring this out too. Scriptures also say, don't worry about endless genealogies. You know what I'm saying? Right? Because the spirit gonna show it anyways. You see, it's an indicator. I remember the brother Matati and stuff. Him and Yakar was doing a video where it's like we don't need no DNA test. Scriptures prove and stuff who we are. The scriptures prove and stuff who we are and whatnot and stuff. The curses show who we are. You know what I'm saying? This is so with that being the case and stuff, guess what? You're gonna have you're gonna have you're gonna have Israelites, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna look like every nation. You know what I'm saying? So it could be Caucasians, it could be Chinese. Well, when it come down to Lot's daughters, with Lot's daughters and stuff, even though they was confused, Lot's daughters, because they was thinking in their minds, it shows how carnal women are. You know what I'm saying? Lot's daughters, they pretty much, had sex with their father and stuff because they thought they was the only, because, when, you know, back then and stuff, they cared about lineage, not just making money off the baby. And the thing is that, that's when Moab and Ammon came about. The Ammonites is the Ammonites. The Ammonites are the Japanese. You know what I'm saying? And Moab is the Chinese. Moab is the Chinese. So you know, even amongst them and stuff, you got, like, when it come down to the war between America and Vietnam, you got what spoils war. Pretty much spoils war. You kind of tend to know and stuff what happens when it come down to the women. But then when it come down to it and stuff, there's well, I keep seeing Crown on these on these uh, what they call it, manholes, sewer tops, whatever and whatnot and stuff. I keep seeing the word crown. It's like so when it comes down to it and whatnot and stuff, you're gonna have Israelites. Like you had this one Israelite and stuff, and he was getting it in and stuff, and Japanese basketball with a Dragon Ball Z and stuff type thing and whatnot. Jersey and shorts, and his ass was crossing the motherfucking Moabites like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say it like this: you had, I want to bring this out too, because the Lord is a balanced power. Not everybody gonna have the great assault. The Les twins. You know what I'm saying? Main thing and stuff people go for and stuff is for dancing. The Les twins and whatnot and stuff, right? They had I don't know what you going. But the Les twins and whatnot and stuff. Not everybody dances like that. And then you also have uh because Elder Malcolm and stuff pointed that out. You know what I'm saying? You had you had a Jake woman and stuff, and she wasn't really all that great. You know what I'm saying? Well, you had a Jake woman and stuff, and an Edomite woman, and you saw that the twerking and stuff was two different things. I forget what her name is and stuff. She be sitting up here, it's like, oh, I'm black, I'm this, I'm that and stuff. I forget her name, but she looked like a white woman and whatnot, and she looked like she just trying to be black and whatnot. She looked like she trying to be black. I forgot her name. You know what I'm saying? She in social media. You know what I'm saying? And she can't twerk, but at the same time, she Jake though. So if there's gonna be pretty much, I'm gonna say it like this. Let me grab that right quick. Let me grab this right quick. So even though there's Jacob, there's Israelites, and then there's heathens. The thing is that uh 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 not everybody. Okay. Let me just grab this. All right. So this is yeah, Israelites looking like whoever. You know what I'm saying? Leonardo DiCaprio and whatnot. He looked like a white man, but he Jake. There's other parts. I don't want to say it like this. If the scriptures talk about how you can have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that arranged? Isn't that balanced? You got something that's less and you got something that's a lot, right? It's like, I hope I'm explaining it correctly, or the best way and whatnot. You're going to have someone that has least and greater, right? The Les twins. A lot of people can't dance like them. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people and stuff who do try to pop lock and whoop whoop like they do. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? That's their skill, right? You also got when it comes down to Judites, they tend to be a little smoother. You know what I'm saying? Or Southern Kingdom, right? And the thing is that you also got Southern Kingdoms, Israelites and whatnot, Southern Kingdom Israelites who ain't really all that smooth. You know what I'm saying? Right? And the thing is, yeah, these Edomites mad than a motherfucker, bro. Uh, there's a range. That's what I want to get the audio up. I should shot. There's Proverbs 11 and 1. It says, "A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just way is His delight." Right. It's Proverbs 16:11. It says, "A just way and balance are the Lord's Yahweh's." Bashim Yashai. It says all the weights of the bag are His work and stuff. So pretty much, man, fuck this. I'm sick and tired of these motherfuckers. Anyways, when it come down to it and stuff, it's like this. It's like this. When it comes down to the balance, even when it come down to dancing, man, you don't know, man, I be wanting to fuck these motherfuckers up. It's like, stop talking to me, man. Fucking demons. You niggas came out and stuff because you knew I was outside. Fuck is you talking about? I'm attracting you niggas and stuff like a lantern and stuff, attract flies. Fucking pest. And the wind blowing, Lord willing. But it's like this. This so this balance in it. You know what I'm saying? And I was listening to Hot Like Bling by Drake. Where's most of his talent shown? And it's singing. He can sing and he can rap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like, oh, it's practice and whoop the woo and stuff. It wouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You know, his talent and stuff got revealed. But then when it come down to the song Hotline Bling, yeah, the rhythm was still there. And remember, Jacob is a supplanter. Remember that. When it come down to the rhythm, it's not he. Look, see, what is you doing? You was not walking down there, bro. When it comes down to the rhythm and whatnot and stuff, it wasn't necessarily there. But then at the same time and stuff, his singing and stuff and his rapping, oh, that's where it's at. Where he can go back and forth with it. You know what I'm saying? You know? So everybody got some sort of talent. You know what I'm saying? Where most definitely stuff be utilized the most. Where it can be utilized the most and whatnot and stuff, right? And the main talent and stuff that you want is understanding this word. You see? That's the main talent you want and whatnot and stuff. Because that's a connection and stuff when it comes down to the Lord. And guess what? You're not going to be grieved by it. You know? So this is you know, so I wanted to go into that. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody got their salt. You know what I'm saying? You know, when it come down to Israel, because we are the salt of the earth. You see? So everybody got their salt. This is Genesis, you know, Genesis 29. So we 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 we, we all you know, I want to go and stuff to the fact that we related, but it's so this is Genesis 29 and 1, right? And this is where I'm gonna have to do a part two and stuff on, right? Because it goes into, you know, we already know and stuff that Isaac got Jacob and Esau. We know that they both Hebrews. Various other heathens and stuff are Hebrews as well, because they come from the line of Shem, the Shemites. You see, when it come down to the Shemites and stuff, right? Right. Ham is full-blooded Africans. We just lived there temporarily because we was running from Jacob's persecution, which I want to do something on that too. But so this is what it is. This is Genesis 29, uh, uh, verse 1. It says, "Then Jacob went on his journey and came into a land of the people uh, uh, of the east." You know what I'm saying, right? And the thing is, man, see why this motherfuckers keep popping up everywhere. So from the land from the east and whatnot and stuff, and we already know that Rebecca is Jacob's mother. But guess what? Laban was her brother. So that means that Laban, which he goes into the Syrians. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, um, we're related, right? So there's Genesis 29 and 2. It says, "And he looked, and behold, a well in the field, and lo, there were 3 flocks of sheep lying by it. It says, for out of the well, out of that well, they they watered the flocks, and a great stone was upon the well's mouth. And thither were all the flocks gathered, and they rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the sheep. It says, and put the stone again onto the well's mouth in his place. It says, and Jacob said unto them, my brethren, whence be ye? And they said, of Haran are we. It says, and he said unto them, know ye Laban, the son of Nahor? Right? It says, and they said, we know him. It says, and he said unto them, is he well? And they said, he is well. And behold, Rachel, his daughter, cometh with the sheep. Right? So guess who Rachel was to Jacob? His cousin. First cousin at that. Right? And it says, and then even if you go further on to the beginning, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Right? But I'm gonna make my point and stuff later on. So this is uh verse verse 7. It says, and he says, like, I gotta check right quick. It says, verse 7, it says, he said, lo, it says, he said, Salaki, bear with me. Yeah, watch out. He said, lo, it is yet high day. It says, neither is it time that the cattle should be gathered together. Water ye the sheep and go and feed them. And they said, we cannot until all the flocks be gathered together, until they roll the stone from the well's mouth. Then we water the sheep. It says, and while he yet spake with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she kept them. So, right? So it says, uh, verse 10, it says, and it came to pass when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother. It says, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, right? Must speak once or twice and then perceive it not, right? It says that Jacob went near and rolled the stone from the whale's mouth and watered the flock of Laban, his mother's brother. It says, and Jacob kissed Rachel and lifted up his voice and wept. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother. It says, and that he was Rebekah's son. You see, and like, well, Jacob wasn't uh, Jacob wasn't Laban's brother and stuff. He's supposed to be his nephew and whatnot and stuff. Just like how you walk around and stuff, you be like, hey brother and stuff, but it's not part of your immediate family. It's the same way, right? So it says, dang, I've been taking that medicine. It says, and she ran and told her father. It says, and it came to pass when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son, it says that he ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him. It says, and brought him to his house. It says, and he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh, meaning related. It says, and he abode with him the space of a month, right? Because remember, Jacob was in trouble. Why? He had to run away from Esau because Esau didn't like that he got supplanted and stuff out of his blessing, but it was already ordained, you see? right? So Esau was like, shit, I'm finna kill this man. You know what I'm saying? Right? That's Jacob's trouble. And we coming in today. This is the year 2024, right? And it says, it's it says verse 15. It says, and Laban said unto Jacob, it says, because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? It says, tell me what shall thy wages be? So he was working for him, right? And it says, uh, well, it says, and Laban had two daughters. The name of the elder was Leah. It says, and the name of the younger was Rachel. It says, Leah was tender-eyed. It says, but Rachel was beautiful and well favored. It says, I mean, she had some pretty eyes. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good chance and stuff that she couldn't really necessarily see that good. But verse 18, it says, and Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years. It says, for Rachel thy younger daughter. It says, and Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee. It says, then that I should give her to another man, abide with me. You know what I'm saying? Right? So what does that mean? What does that mean and whatnot and stuff? It's man. It says that when it come down to it and stuff, it's like so what was going on and stuff. Laban and stuff sold his daughter to Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Or given his daughter onto Jacob. You know what I'm saying, right? His daughter Jacob and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Showing that women are property. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture says, when a man give himself a wife, he give himself a possession. You know what I'm saying? And that just also shows stuff when it comes down to you women that you're number two, not number one. You know what I'm saying? Now when it comes down to Israelite women and whatnot and stuff, right? No matter how you look, you number one over the rest of the heathen women. You see, right? But this is I gotta keep checking. So Genesis 29:19. It says, and Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee. It says, then that I should give her to another man, abide with me. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel. It says, and days seemed unto him but a few days for the love he had to Rachel. So it shows Rachel fine as hell. You know what I'm saying, right? Verse 21, it says, and Jacob said unto Laban, or Laban, it says, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled. It says, that I may go in unto her. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him. And he went in unto her. What is that? Sex. It says, verse 24. It says, in Laban, so when it came down to the payment and whatnot, what was that? When it come down to the payment, you know what I'm saying? It's like where am I? It's like the payment and stuff was. Oh yeah, okay. The fact and stuff that the mom was like, what do you want and whatnot and stuff. That's I don't know what the word is and stuff, but pretty much stuff betrothal. You know what I'm saying? Rachel was betrothed. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he wanted and stuff. But look what Laban do. This is verse 24. It says, and Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah. It says, it's like verse 22. It says, I'm gonna go back and forth. Laban and Laban. It says, and Laban gathered together. It says, all the men of the place. It says, and made a feast. Right. It says, and it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter. It says, and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. It says, and Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for a handmaid. It says, and it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah, and he said to Laban, what is this thou hast done unto me? And it says, did not I serve with thee for Rachel? It says, wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? You know what I'm saying? You know, so what did he do? He supplanted. But guess what? That's how you know that the words, you know, that there was prophets around always, like when the scripture says that uh, 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 in the coolness of the day, you know, that the spirit of the Lord and stuff was walking. You know what I'm saying? Within the morning, as it says in Genesis. The thing is that guess what? Those were the prophets. Prophets always been here. You see, right? Even in the time of Adam and Eve, prophets always been there. You see, right? But I say this. It says it says, and it came to pass that, verse 25, it says, and it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah, and he said to Laban, what is this that thou hast done unto me? And it says, did not I serve with thee for Rachel? It says, wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? So he felt like shit, you tricked me and whatnot and stuff. You weren't being honest and whatnot. But let's see what Laban said, verse 26. And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. So guess what? He knew that as well. You see. And matter of fact, I believe that Abraham and stuff, uh, 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 you know, was in that same area and whatnot stuff. Because when it comes down to it and stuff, uh, uh, roughly paraphrasing, when it comes down to uh, the people of Panama and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Well, right, a lot of them and stuff is from the tribe of Zebulon and whatnot and stuff, but it was like go to, father, go to a related area and whatnot and stuff. It's like, like the scripture says, you don't really know and whatnot, cover your mouth, so Salaki on that one. But this is Genesis 29. Gotta check again. This is Genesis 29 and 26. And so Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for uh, uh, the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years. And what is that? What is a week? 7 years. It tells you that, anyways. It says, and Jacob did so and fulfilled her week, and he gave him Rachel his daughter to wife also. Verse 29, it says, and Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah his handmaid to be her maid, and he went in also unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah, and served with him yet 7 other years. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb. It says, but Rachel was barren and whatnot and stuff, right? Right. So uh, uh, pretty much, Jacob really wanted Rachel. He really didn't want Leah. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that he was showing her more time and whatnot and stuff. So guess what? Leah was pressing her soul. You see, right? And made her more fruitful and not Rachel and stuff. So even when it comes down to childbirth and whatnot, that's up to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You can be healthy in a motherfucker, everything work and whatnot and stuff. But the thing is that it's up to the Lord. And I actually seen that personally and stuff in my past. You see, right? So this is it says verse 31. It says verse 32. It says and Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben, the Simeonians. It says, for she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my affliction. Now therefore my husband will love me. right? Right, and that's what right. It says verse 33. It says, and she conceived again and bare a son, and said, because the Lord have heard that I was hated, he hath therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon. You know what I'm saying? The Dominican Republic. Verse 34, it says, and she conceived again and bare a son, and said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him three sons. Therefore was his name called Levi. Levi is, means joined unto me. But you see, for the fact that certain things happen and stuff, so therefore that's why they called uh, 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 them these names, right? Verse 30, and these are the progenitors of all the 12 tribes of Israel, no matter how you look, no matter where you are. This is Genesis 29 and 35. It says, and she conceived again and bare a son, and she said, now will I praise the Lord. Therefore she called his name Judah. It says, and left barren. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Which, you know, Yahweh. And Slacky, I didn't say the other ones and stuff. Reuben will be rubber bond. You know what I'm saying? You know, and Simeon and stuff will be Shemaiah one. You see, right? So this is yeah, it's gonna be two parts. Like I said. So this is this is Genesis 30 and 1. It says, and when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister. It said, but you see how she wasn't envious and whatnot, that Jacob was popping them both, having sex with them both. You see, right? And it says, and when the kingdom come and whatnot, they ain't gonna be jealous, and we gonna have a whole bunch of wives. You know what I'm saying? You know, all of them gonna be virgins because they gonna get brand new bodies like us. You know what I'm saying too. You know what I'm saying? You know, so everything, even if the box was used and whatnot, the Lord saves her, guess what? She gonna have a brand new hymen. You know what I'm saying? You know, and she gonna get more than a diamond. Right? Marriage is sex. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Unlawful sex and stuff don't count. Anyways, it says Genesis 30 and 1 again. It says, and Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children. Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, give me children, or else I die. She was pressing against him, right? And it says verse 2, it says, and Jacob anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, am I the most high, in the most high stead, who have withheld from thee the fruit of of the womb? It says, and she said, behold, my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. What they call it, surrogate. Yeah, why do you about you? I think it's called a surrogate. You know what I'm saying? You know, when your wife and stuff doesn't have she barren and whatnot and stuff, so you get another female and stuff. You know what I'm saying, to bring forth the baby, right? I think that's what it's called. And it says right. So what did Rachel do? She gave she brought another woman for Jacob. It's like, well, since she's my maid and whatnot and stuff, she's my servant and whatnot in my name, then guess what? She's gonna bring forth children. But let's see what happens. It says, verse 4, it says, and she gave him Bilhah her handmaid to wife, right? Where's the ring on it? You know what I'm saying? Nowhere to be found. It says, and Jacob went in unto her. It says, and Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son. And Rachel said, the Most High have judged me, and have also heard my voice, and have given me a son. Therefore called she his name Dan. Now, you know, people be like, well, what about the Danites and stuff? The only thing we can sit up here and say is that they've all been mixed in. They all been mixed in uh, uh, um, with the other Israelites, because in Revelations, the seventh chapter and stuff, it doesn't mention Dan at all. And when you see in Revelations and stuff, the seventh chapter, when it says Joseph, is referring to Ephraim. You know what I'm saying? Because it does say Manasseh, 12,000. You see, which will be the so-called Cubans, right? Right. So this is Verse 7, it says, "And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again and bare Jacob a second son. It says, And Rachel said, With great wrestling have I wrestled with my sister. It says, And I have prevailed, and she called his name Naphtali." You know what I'm saying? Argentinians, Chileans,